Okay, good morning everyone. It's a Friday morning, March 24, 2023. Kay bilis ng panahon and of course, usapang SEA Games na po tayo and SEA Cup Championships ang last weekend ng ating papag-usapan natin with our guests from the Karate Pilipinas Sports Federation Inc. Welcome to Sports on Air Weekly. Ako po si Gab Pereira sa magsisilbing host and moderator for this morning. At kasama natin yung may pakilala natin yung ating mga espesyal na bisita mula sa Karate Pilipinas, ang sports editor ng People's Tonight, si Sir Ed Andaya. Good morning at kamusta na po kayo?
Okay, thank you, Gab. And again, good morning to all of you and welcome to this newest episode of our Sports on Air Weekly. Gaya nga ng nasabi mo, Gab, magandang usapang sports na naman tayo ngayong umaga dahil makakasama natin ang ating mga kaibigan from Karate Pilipinas. Of course, I'm referring kay Presidente ng Karate Pilipinas, si Sir Richard Lim, na makakausap natin ngayong umaga. Hindi lang tungkol dito sa darating na Southeast Asian Games, pati na rin sa mga iba pang international competitions na lalahukan ng ating bansa. And also with us this morning, ang double gold medalist na nakalipas na Southeast Asian Karate Federation Championship, si Sakura Alforte. Kapanayam din natin dito sa nalalapit na Southeast Asian Games. So Gab, before we ask our questions sa mga guests natin, maybe we can request our guest to say a few words. Unahin ko na si Sakura. Sakura, good morning and thank you for joining us dito sa Sports on Air Weekly.
Good morning and thank you for having us today.
Thank you, Sakura. So Richard, nice to see you again. Of course, lagi ka namin nakakasama. Paborito ka naming iniimbitahan dito sa Sports on Air, and now that you are with us again this morning, thank you. And of course, yung opening remarks mo sa mga taga-subaybay natin sa karate dito sa Sports on Air.
Sir Ricky, yung opening, yung mic po natin para marinig po tayo.
Sorry. Anyway, magandang umaga sa iyo, Ed. Magandang umaga sa iyo, Gab. At magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, especially to our karate community who is watching the show. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Sir Richard. So, we'll start asking you the questions right away, no? Sa inyong dalawa ni Sakura. Of course, I'll start now muna with Sakura. Sakura, you won 2 gold medals dito sa recent Southeast Asia Karate Federation Championships, and we're very happy to know that, lalo na the Southeast Asian Games are coming only a couple of months. So can you tell us, Sakura, about your experience dito sa nakalipas na Southeast Asia Karate Federation? Winning 2 gold medals, talagang marami kang pinasaya na Karate Pilipinas fans.
I'm very happy to be able to answer back to the expectations of the Filipino people, because it is the responsibility of the representative of the country so that I can carry on the dreams of those who wish to also represent the Philippines. And I was able to answer back to them by winning 2 gold medals. And of course, I'm very happy to be able to win, and especially when it's also held in the Philippines, which gives me more meaning. And also, it means that the local people, the Filipinos, can also witness what I have won for everyone. And other than that, I'm also very happy to be able to fight against like old friends, new friends, and it's one of my it will become one of my memorable memories.
Sakura, you competed in front of the local fans in the recent karate championships, but going to Cambodia for the SEA Games, do you think the complexion of the game will change? Knowing that you will be performing in front of a hostile crowd compared to the recent tournament at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium.
It was actually the first time that I was able to compete in such a large scale competition in the home ground. So most of my experiences in competing abroad will be competing where I'm not in the home ground. So it should not be a new experience, and it would be a view that I'm used to seeing when I'm competing. And what will be different is that it will be in a SEA Games format, which is something that I've never experienced before. So I know that it has a different atmosphere compared to normal competitions. So I will be looking forward to that.
Okay, thank you for the answers, Sakura. I'll have some more follow-up questions later on. So Richard, tanungin naman kita, no? Well, dito sa recent performance of the Philippine team dito sa Southeast Asia Karate Federation Championships, and then alam natin na this will be a part of the training of the national team for the SEA Games. Paano mo i-describe yung naging performance ng team? And do you think it will be ready for the Southeast Asian Games?
Well, basically, we're happy with the performance of the team. Of course, some won, some iba natalo. But again, importante we were able to assess and then ano ang kailangan namin adjustments with the training. We also would like to inform everybody that meron tayong mga players na hindi naglaro dito that will be competing in the SEA Games. No? So, they're currently abroad, but they are in the lineup of the SEA Games. But again, having 4 finalists in the seniors category, that shows that we are a country that will be able to deliver. We are a sport that can deliver in the Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia. And of course, the Vietnam SEA Games is different from the Cambodia SEA Games. No? Vietnam SEA Games kasi halos lahat ng kanilang mga players are gold medal potential. So talagang andun yung possibility na talagang ma-manipulate at manalo sila. But here in Cambodia, yung mga players nila are happy already to have a silver or bronze. So I guess the competition playing field will be fair. Like for example, Sakura already won in the under 21 the seniors category. I think everybody knows already that she has proven that she's the best in the Southeast Asian region. The same with Juna. So we're hoping that the tournament in SEA Games will be fair for all. No? And if that would be the case, I think we will be able to deliver.
Sir Richard, this is the last competition na nilaho ka ng ating mga national team members before the SEA Games, or meron pang ibang naka-line up na activities?
Well, the committee team is scheduled to go to Turkey for the training camp, and then they will be having pocket tournaments there every week. They're staying there for 3 weeks, and hopefully they can be able to join all 3 championships. But since nakat yung training nila to 3 weeks, kasi supposed to be 1 month, but it was only approved for 3 weeks. So I guess baka mababawasan ng tournament ang sasalihan nila. Baka 2 na lang. But these are pocket tournaments that are consisting of countries from the Balkan region.
Right now, we have a complete team na for the Southeast Asian Games, or may mga inaasahan ka bang changes sa lineup na isinabit nyo sa Philippine Olympic Committee?
Well, we have already submitted our entry by name, but of course, nothing is final until the day itself, no? So we will see. We will see. Okay, Sakura is one of those players that will be competing in the SEA Games, and of course, Juna will be competing also in the SEA Games, together with Sure Slot, no? And Jamie Lim as well.
Sir Richard, alam natin, malapit na itong Southeast Asian Games. So, right now, paano mo i-describe yung preparations natin? Do you think okay na yung training natin, or meron pang mga kulang? Saan mo ilalagay yung anong percent ng training ng team na na-accomplish na going into the Southeast Asian Games?
Well, the training is always never enough. There's always room for more, especially the whole January we were not able to train, and we were able to start, I think, last week of January already due to some unavoidable circumstances with the training venue. But I guess we are on track, and we have to make do of what we have, and there is no excuses. No? So we just have to train the best that we can and come up with the best results in this coming Cambodia SEA Games.
Okay, thank you, Sir Richard. May follow-up questions ako later. Bigyan muna natin ng pagkakataon si Gab na nakapagtanong din. Gab?
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Ed. And bago tayo dumako dun sa mga questions na bibigay, meron dito nagpa-phone in question na Sir Ricky. Check ko muna ha. Okay, ito po ay galing sa isa nating kasamahan dito sa Sports on Air. I asked 3 of the National Women Kata team members yesterday. Ito yung parang PSC Media Relations Training. So, umattend dito yung ilang mga representatives from karate, and of course mayroon sila mga natutunan niya doon sa kanilang meeting, of course expressing their confidence pagdating niya sa pagbibigay ng mga online and of course in-person interviews. So ito yung tanong niya. I asked 3 of the members of the kata team yesterday regarding why they seldom join online events during the pandemic. And they said the world rankings matter more than the online rankings. Kasi alam natin, marami tayong mga tournaments sa small put, of course, na mga online during the pandemic nga and lockdown, and one of which si James De Los Santos, ang isa sa mga nag-champion. So, how do you plan to make the kata teams earn world ranking points aside from the SEA Games and the Asian Games, especially that offline events, yung mga ang ating mga in-person ay nagbalik?
Well, basically, number one, the online competitions are not official. These were made only for during the pandemic kasi para maging active ang karate. That's why it was created. But it is not a ranking. There is no ranking in the online championships. There may be ranking in the online championships, but we have to remember these are club-based, and there are no national teams that are competing there. Now, with regards with the ranking for the kata team, they have to compete internationally, especially in the Series A, the Continental Championships, and the World Championships. These are the 3 main sources of points that they can accumulate for them to have rank. Unfortunately, we have not sent them already because it's a new team, number 1. Number 2, the competitions are very far and it's so expensive. So to send 1 and to send 3, I guess the math works already, having the same result with 1 person, with 3 person. So we have to prioritize which is which. But again, given the opportunity and given enough financial support, I think we will be able to send the team as well. So yun ang the facts of life that we have to face every day. Talagang 3 papadala namin pero isa lang ang puntos na makukuha. Samantalang isang tao lang papadala namin, the same points din na makukuha. So it is sad, because they are not given the opportunity. Pero yun ang katotohanan talaga at kulang talaga tayo sa budget. So we have to work on that, and then kumakatok din kami sa mga sponsors na kung pwedeng tumulong para maipadala namin ang aming team kata for this kind of events.
Speaking of kata, kasama pa ba doon sa budget deliberations ng ninyo ng PSC under the Office of Commissioner Bongko yung dagdag na budget pagdating niya sa mga tournaments na lalaukan, most especially doon sa kata?
Well, during the one-on-one meeting, it was discussed, but unfortunately, it was cut until the SEA Games only. I don't know why, but it was cut there. So wala na kami napag-usapan after that. They said they will just continue after the SEA Games. So hindi ko po alam pang patutunguhan ng aming budget. So we are still waiting for that. So we're hoping to get good results this coming SEA Games so that the PSC can help support us.
Bago ko ituloy yung tanungan na Shian, I like to ask Sakura muna, what are the ano yung most prepared mo na competition ninyo? Is it online or in-person kata? Kasi pag online, kailangan kumuha ka ng video tapos ipapasa mo dun sa organizers. Pero sa in-person, of course, nasa harap ka ng maraming tao gagawin yung performance niyo. What you think is your most prepared na setting nga, online or in person?
I prefer in-person tournaments or offline tournaments because there's a special atmosphere that comes with competing in it. And of course, with that special atmosphere, there comes adrenaline that comes when you're competing. So that feeling of competing against others is really present when you're competing offline, rather than when you're able to take like multiple takes and do until you're satisfied with online competitions.
But did you join online competitions during the pandemic?
I joined one or two online competitions, but they're just local competitions in Japan, not really those online ranking ones. But thanks to these online competitions, I was able to keep up my condition while there was no offline competitions during the pandemic.
Okay, thank you Sakura. We'll get back to you later. Shian, ito na yung first batch ng aking mga tanong. Kasi yung uli nating interview, nag-jogging ka pa doon sa Sports Pasig eh. Kasi yun naman tala niyo pagkakataon na mag-usap kahit alam ko busy ka sa pag-alay lakad dyan sa Phil Sports. Naalala niyo?
Yes. Unfortunately, that was the only time I could do my daily walk when you called.
Oo nga eh. So, how's the Philippine karate team right now under the stewardship niya ng kanilang bagong head coach na, of course, may dalang experience niya coming from the Olympics before?
Yeah, si Coach Levent is a very good coach. The same with Okay, no? But Okay kasi, si Okay kasi coach niya to, si Levent. So, we're going straight to the source. And Coach Levent is an Olympic coach with so many world champions and European champions under his watch, no? So, medyo sanay na siya dito. What's nice about Coach Levent is he can speak English. So, kaya niya i-express yung gusto niya sabihin talaga, no? And he is very patient with the athletes. So, yun lang masasabi ko sa kanya. Kaya I think we are in good hands right now. So, I think we're going to do better.
Pero prior to the event niya dun sa Sikap Championships, meron kayong referees course na isinagawa ng AKF dyan sa may Century Park.
Correct.
Question na rin para doon sa ating mga licensed referees, both Philippine-based and Southeast Asian-based. Ilan ba yung mga nag-attend during the event? And can you give us some sentiments about doon sa referees course na ginawa natin?
Well, for a long time, no, walang referees ang Philippines, no. Even the old federation, I think there were only a few, no. So it was just the right time for them to be able to take the test, and they really prepared for it. They had review sessions with chief referee Chino Vigilias. So they were having Zoom review every week for the past few months, just to make sure that they pass, no? And we sent 12 to take the test, and all of them passed. So we're very proud of it, and I'm also very proud with all of them because they really deserve it, and because pinaghirapan nila talaga, nag-aaral sila. So yun.
Pero of course, yung mga accredited referees natin doon sa referees course ay sinalang kaagad doon sa Sikap Championships. At meron din tayong mga babaeng licensed referees din na sumali since related it sa Women's Month.
As of now, wala pa kaming AKF licensed referee na babae. But we're going to that kasi kailangan din eh. No, but this exam last weekend was just the first step, no. There are 4 stages for the full license. So they're now on the first stage, and then hopefully by next year they can take the test again for the second stage. But again, as you have mentioned, yung mga ating mga first timer ay sinabak na kagad talaga sa tournament ito despite of having so much referees during the Southeast Asian Championships. We had around 80 plus referees eh. Pero nagamit yung mga Pilipino, and they were really used during matches that Filipinos were not competing. So kaya masaya ako dahil meron tiwala ang ating Chief Referee Council si Mansur Al Sultan for using our Filipino referees.
And of course, going into the C-Cup Championships, na alam ko dinagsa ng marami nating mga Filipino spectators, lalo na yung mga fans ng ating Philippine Karate Team. Nakita natin na of course yung ating mga SEA Games bound athletes nagpakitang gilas against their, sabihin natin mga potential na mga opponents natin this coming Cambodia SEA Games. So parang scouting na rin ito o pagbabasehan natin kung ano ang magiging strategiya ng ating national team to go all out against those na makakaharap natin dyan sa Cambodia with 9 countries competing.
You are correct, Gab. No? This CCAF Championships was the opportunity for all of us to scout our opponents in the coming SEA Games. But again, also, this is the first time that Coach Levent will be seeing our players compete. So from these championships, he has an idea on what to do, what to change the training, or anong style, anong tactics gagawin nila. Kasi syempre iba yung training eh. Iba rin yung competition. So first time niya nakita talaga lahat ng mga players natin maglaro. So ngayon nakita na niya kung anong kailangang adjustment, and I'm assuming that the adjustments are already starting right now as we speak. And there will be good results definitely in the coming SEA Games because of this experience in the SEA.
And syempre, ang nag-champion pala dito sa event ay ang Vietnam. At baka most likely, ganon din ang senaryo. Huwag naman sana ma-dominate itong event. Manifest natin yan, of course. And by the way, nawala si Sakura. Kasi po yung Pilipinas ay pang-apat sa siyam na bansa na sumali. Of course, 6 golds, 5 silvers, and 23 bronze medals. That's a great sign para sa ating Philippine Karate Team ng umusbong. Apart niya doon sa ating mga elite players, sumali din yung mga nasa cadets, sa juniors and under 21, which is mostly mga produkto hindi lamang ng AAK, kundi yung iba't ibang mga chapters ng Karate Pilipinas.
Correct. We opened the doors to everybody for this CCAF Championships, and we had an elimination in Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Ultra, in Phil Sports Complex. We had an elimination prior to the championships, and we opened it to everybody for them to be able to compete in the Southeast Asian Championships. Now, we have seen a lot of potential, and these new players are currently, some of them are training with the national team, not as an NTP but as a volunteer, and some of them went back to their provinces. No, but again, these players are always welcome to train with us. We are not charging anything; it's free of charge. All they have to do is just come here and train, and just coordinate with their regional director so they can come here for the training with Coach Levent. With regards naman with the overall championship of Vietnam, I think we can see it coming already because number one, they were the biggest contingent. They are even bigger than us. So I think sa lahat naman ng sports if you can see that the country is sending a lot of players to competitions, and then you will see really improvement because they are exposed to high level competition, wherein Philippines is not that much. So we are working on it. No? So kailangan talaga yun Iba kasi yung nagte-training ka lang, iba rin yung nagko-compete ka na. Pag nagko-compete ka, doon mo makukuha yung adjustments that you need. And you have to memorize the four corners of the mat when you're competing. Mapakata ka o mapakumite ka. Kailangan kabisado mo yung apat na kanto na yun. So pag nandun ka, iba rin yung feeling na nagtitraining ka lang. So kailangan talaga maka-experience sila ng laro. No, yun talaga that's the only way. And then be able to compete with a lot of players that are competing in different styles. Kasi if you spar with the same player again and again, nagiging automatic na ang movement mo eh. Ngayon, pag meron ka nakalarong bago, naninibago ka, hindi mo na alam gagawin mo. For example, in the national team, we only have 2 players per category that are in the team. So they spar with the same people again and again. No? Sometimes we take the risk to spar them with the higher weight class, but again, there's always the risk nga because of injury kasi nga mas mabigat eh. So talagang kailangan talaga a lot of exposure.
Okay, we have our 2 Filipino-Japanese na karatekas na nagpabilib sa marami. Of course, sina Gina Chikii at Sakura Alforte in both komite at sa Kakalkata. Can you describe nga itong magagandang performances na dala ng ating mga prize karatekas natin, sina Juna at si Sakura?
Well, Juna has been really a good player ever since. No? As you can see that she has really worked hard for whatever she is in right now. No? Going to the Series A and then to the Premier League and then to the World Championships and the World Games, eventually winning the World Games, no? So talagang pinaghirapan niya at she deserves what she has right now. Now, with regards to Sakura is special eh. Since she was in La Salle Sobel, as early as yellow belt, she was already winning. Talagang meron siyang special skill eh. I mean, meron talagang talent. No? It's just that kailangan lang ma-enhance. Now, during those years, while she was under Sensei Chino, so nakita na talaga yung potential, andun talaga. Talagang nananalo siya lagi, local tournament, international tournament. And then by the time nung tumanda na siya, and then at the same time, she has the opportunity to study in Japan, mas lalo pa na-enhance because she's there in Japan now with Japanese coaches. No? So talagang na-maximize natin yung talent ni Sakura with the right people training her. No? So talagang pinaghirapan din nila yan. At lahat ng nakukuha nilang ngayon, tagumpay dahil sa kanilang sakripisyo at paghihirap din.
But apart from Juna and Sakura, meron tayo ibang mga karatekas na nagpabilib doon sa nasabing patorneo. Like sila Alwin Sikan, si Mayan Montalvo, Rica Torres, Engin Daguoy, and the others. Ayan Brito sa under 21. Yung iba nga, siguro ito yung unang international competition right after the pandemic at sakto nga dito sa Pilipinas.
Yes, there were a few surprises that we were not expecting, but of course, nagdadasal kami manalo sila. But again, let us face it, talagang nagulat kami with their performance. I guess the crowd really worked them up, no? Talagang ginanahan din sila. So I hope they maintain that adrenaline when they're when they are in the ring. Of course, we have to mention also Raymond Misu was there, no? She was really killing it. Unfortunately, she lost in the semi-final match with Vietnam. But sabi niya sa akin, pabawi daw siya. So, we're looking forward to that. Of course, Arian, no? Arian Brito is a new breed. And she's tall. She's performing really well. A few months more, siguro, may hinog na yan. Of course, Alwin did a fantastic job, especially with that profile picture kick that he did against, if I'm not mistaken, with Vietnam ba? Or Cambodia. Anyway, so he did well, no? So, but he fell short in the finals, so he got the silver medal.
Okay, last question naman bago ko ipasa kay Sakura. Alam natin yung ibang mga members sa national team, meron tayong mga commitments sa labas ng bansa kaya hindi sila sumali. Well, of course, alam niyo naman siguro sila Jamie Lim na nasa London, nag-aaral. Si Joko Vasquez, ganun din, ay nasa Toronto Canada. Pero kita natin doon sa kanilang mga IG stories, naglaro din pala sila sa iba't ibang mga competitions sa London saka sa Canada, itong dalawa nating pambato natin for the SEA Games. And I know, malaki na itulong nitong international exposure upang makapag-anda sila pagdating nga doon sa Cambodia sa Mayo.
Yeah, si Joko Vasquez just recently won the nationals of the Canada selection. So he won the kata event. He actually did 7 rounds. Nagulat nga siya, ang dami. And then also Jamie recently lang, about 2 weeks ago, also won in a local championships in London. Jamie will be joining the team in Turkey on April 7 for the training camp. And then after that, they will proceed back here to Manila in time for the Cambodia SEA Games. So they will be staying there for 3 weeks for the training. Then of course, Sakura will go back to Japan and then train again there. Hindi na ako nag-worry doon because I know Sakura is in good hands. So her training is, and the results shows that she's on the right track.
Okay, we'll get back to you later on para doon sa mga questions related sa SEA Games. Mukhang nagkaroon ng audio na problema sa audio. Sakura, good morning.
Good morning.
As we all know, you were one of the standouts during the SEA Cup Championships. But how do you prepare for this tournament? What is the specific preparations and of course tune-ups to polish your kata techniques you will be using for the elimination rounds and of course up until the finals?
I'm really blessed to be able to train in Japan, and not just a single place, but I'm also able to train in different places, surrounded by great people. So in my university, I'm training together with former national team members of Japan, with, of course, experiences winning in competitions abroad. And in my local dojo, I'm training under Sensei Shinsuke, who is the father of Juna-san. And while he also has a really deep style of training, I'm also able to train beside current national team members who also have like a similar style of kata as me. So I'm always surrounded by people who I can always get inspiration from. And thanks to them, I am able to improve in different ways every day.
And of course, how do you cope up with the challenges you have faced, especially during pressure, every time you train at your local dojo and in the university you attended to in Japan?
I think one way I have coped with the pressure of being a national representative is to become friends with pressure. It is thanks to that pressure that I'm always able to keep up a certain tension in training, and I'm able to keep my focus so that I can work towards what I want to achieve.
Besides pressure, you also endured a good mindset of course, thinking of good ways to win the fight, and of course, braving the top competition that you will face every time you join the tournaments.
Oh, sorry, can you repeat the question?
What about the top competition against those who are strong opponents in the Southeast Asian level?
I think
Sakura.
one important part of competing will be studying yourself and your opponents. So that is, other than polishing yourself, your techniques and what you want to do, it's also to make sure that you know where you stand against other people, not just from the sea level, but also where you stand in the world. So I take goals, and I will also study people who get high points in their performances. So not just polishing myself, but when I see other people who excel or who score high, then I study what they do and what I can learn from them so that I can also score as well.
How was the relationship, the working relationship between coaches, especially the ones doing chores for kata?
The working relationship with kata.
Oh, and of course, the kata coaches po.
Before the CCAF championships, I arrived in the Philippines 2 or 3 weeks prior to the competition. And I think it was a really good tune-up for me because I was able to train twice a day for 6 days a week. And first and foremost, I was able to deepen my bond with my teammates, which was a really good experience for me. We were able to do not just karate, but like many other things. We also bonded over like the simplest of things. So I think that is one important aspect when we're competing in a competition, because a sense of unity is also one source of strength that we need during the competition.
Okay, you won the bronze medal before in the Worlds. And of course, what are the learnings that you were used in order to perform better at the tournaments, especially in the OMA country?
I think one thing I learned from my previous competitions prior to the CCAF is that you really have to study your opponents. And of course, not just your opponents, but you also have to study yourself. Other than luck, it's really important that you become strategic with how you compete against others. So a mistake with strategy can really cost you a medal, or it can get you an even better color of a medal.
Okay, looking at the performance during the meet, double gold in under 21 and elite, how do you satisfied or not with regards on your outcome and to be at par with the Southeast Asian rivals using the prepared kata techniques that you were used during this tournament?
I would not say that I'm satisfied, but I would say that I'm happy with the result. The reason why I would not say that I'm satisfied is because as soon as I am satisfied with the result, that will stop me from wanting to learn more. So even if I win the championships in both of the categories that I joined, I know that there are some takeaways that I can learn from my performances that can bring me to a better performance.
Okay, SEA Games is just around the corner with I think less than 45 days before the meet. How do you see this gold medal showing in the Sea Cup to boost up your chances of dominating the event and winning another gold?
My answer would be kind of similar to the previous question, but with this gold medal, I will not feel satisfied. I will in turn take this as a motivation to get another gold medal for the Philippines. So
By the
of
way,
course, with that, I will have to work harder.
okay. By the way, you're also having time to balance other tasks at hand, including studying at college during your visit to the Philippines.
I think that is one of the biggest challenges as a student athlete. But I'm really grateful that Waseda University still offers a few, if not many, online classes, which allows me to take classes online abroad while I'm competing for the country. So it's up to me to be able to work hard for both of those aspects.
How you cherish itong opportunity na ito na maglaro in front of your kababayans, and I heard even your parents watch your game at Ninoy Aquino Stadium during last week.
I'm really happy to be able to perform in front of everyone because it has been years. I think the last time I performed in front of my fellow Filipinos is pre-pandemic. which is a long time ago. So I was very excited to show what I have learned in Japan.
All right, last question before we go to Sir Ed dahil second batch of questions. At meron din ako Shian mamaya na second batch. Are you inspired by the success of the other female athletes that have won in international competitions, including Ate Juna-san, who won the gold before last year in the World Games, an historic gold medal feat there in the World Games?
Yes, I'm very inspired, and especially since it's Women's History Month. It makes you stop and think about what the female athletes has done for the Filipinos, and really what Junasan has showed the Filipino women and the karatekas is that we are also able to shoot for the world champion, and I think that is one of the most common dream that many people have.
Thank you, Ate Sakura. Thank you, Sakura, for joining us this morning. And meron pa tayong follow-up question si Sir Ed. Mamaya lang konti. By the way, bago ko ipasa kay Sir Ed, meron na akong kopya ng SEA Games calendar. So, ang date po ng ating SEA Games would be May 6 to 8. Ang opening kasi May 5. So, May 6 to 8, yan yung karate competition. Tama po ba, Shian?
Yes, correct. You're correct.
Ayun. So, nakita ko yung mismo yung final drop ng SEA Games calendar. And of course, nagkatugbas. So, maaga kayong maglalaban for the medals na dito right after the opening ceremony. Okay, Ed, meron kayong mga follow-up questions sa ngayon? Babalik ako mamaya.
Okay, thank you, Gab. May questions lang ulit ako kay Sir Richard. Sir Richard, last night nakasama namin si PSC Chairman Dicky Bachman together with the officers ng Philippine Sports Rights Association, and marami siyang nabanggit na mga magagandang plano para sa Philippine sports in the next 5 years, no? And although napag-usapan nga yung very limited budget natin sa sports, no? I mentioned right now, meron na tayong 73 sports compared sa 43 sports lang dati na kung saan the same budget. Pero nung na-mention ni Chairman Dicky na parang mas inclined siya na suportahan itong mga combat sports natin, magaganda yung mga medal chances, and in particular nabanggit niya itong karate na talagang gustong tulungan o suportahan ng PSC. Nabanggit niya nga yung mga medal chances natin sa karate. Have you talked kay Chairman Dicky about this? Kung makakausap mo siya, ano ba yung mga sasabihin mo sa kanyang immediate needs ng Karate Association natin para ma-asistihan ng Philippine Sports Commission?
First, no, si Chairman went to the tournament last Friday, but he wasn't able to attend the opening ceremonies kasi meron daw siyang activity. So he was supposed to come back on Sunday, but unfortunately hindi na ata siya nakapunta. So we were talking briefly during the tournament, but it was just really brief because he just passed by. Dumaan lang siya. But what you have told me right now na susuportahan niyang martial arts, well, that's good news for us kasi we really need the support. We're not the same as basketball, volleyball, that can easily get sponsors. You know? So we are a sport that can deliver number of medals, you know, but with very limited resources. So kung matutuloy sana yung plano ni Chairman, matulungan kaming lahat ng martial arts na sports that are included in the SEA Games, in the Asian Games, and the Olympics, then that would be really appreciated because naghihingalo na po kami. So kailangan talaga namin ng tulong.
Nabanggit nga ni Chairman Dicky yung mga maraming industries actually na sabi niya nga financially well off, no? Marami tayong NSAs na pinalad na may mga talagang regular sponsor. At even yung mga NSAs na talagang medyo naman may kaya, no? So, ang focus ng PSC, according nga kay Chairman Dicky, is itong mga NSAs na medyo kulang sa sponsors pero malaki yung potential na mag-deliver ng medals. And yun nga, yung combat sports, ang karate nga, na-mention na in particular. Isa sa mga na-mention ni Chairman Dicky din is yung mga NSAs natin na parang ang concentration is purely dito sa darating na SEA Games. Sabi niya nga, dapat dito sa SEA Games, given na manalo tayo ng mga medals. No? So, he is more concerned sa Asian Games. No? Sa inyo ba sa karate, ano ba yung mga plano, paghahanda na ginagawa nyo para bukod sa Asian Games, ano yung sa mga international competition para makapag-deliver ba?
Well, karate is a very active sport in terms of the IF, no? In terms of the IOC as well. Karate is included in almost all sports. That's included in the OCA and the IOC. So we are also joining the Anok Beach Games. We also have the World Combat Games. We also have the Asian Games. And then we also have the IMAG this year. So we have 4 championships that are under the banner of the POC. And then we also have the World Championships of WKF, which we have to attend. We also have the Continental Championships, the Asian Karate Federation Championships that we have to attend. So in total, we are preparing for 6 championships this year. So hindi namin alam kung paano namin sasalihan lahat, pero we will try the best that we can, and hoping that the PSC would support us with regards with these tournaments, and not just participating, but against the preparation itself, no? By letting them train abroad and then having the exposure that they need for this championship, especially the Asian Games. Alam naman natin ang Asian Games, napakalaki natin dito, no? In the Asian Games, we are expecting a few potential, especially in the women, no? So, not to mention Sakura, Jamie, and Juna already won in the recent Asian Championships. So we are expecting them to deliver again these Asian Championships, given that opportunity and at the same time the support. So hindi namin sila bibiguin dyan. Basta siguraduhin lang natin na mabigyan natin sila ng suporta.
Yun nga yung mga observations nga daw ng PSC, no? So far, no, nakikita ng PSC na may mga NSAs tayo na parang ang preparations is limited lang dito sa Southeast Asian Games, and mas gusto ng PSC na ma-convince or ma-persuade yung mga NSAs natin, lalo na dito sa combat sports, na mag-focus sa Asian Games. Wag lang dito sa Southeast Asian Games dahil nandoon nga daw talaga ang labanan sa Asian Games. Do you agree dito sa observation na to?
I totally agree. We have to dream big. We cannot just think of the SEA Games. SEA Games is just of course it's a government to government championships. That's why it's really popular. But again, the bigger stage is out there, no? The World Championships, the Olympics, the Asian Games. And yun nga ang medyo dahil nung nag-one-on-one kami, our meeting stopped with the SEA Games. Hindi na namin napag-usapan yung after that. So I am wondering how come, no? But I guess they have their own reasons. But it's more important that we discuss that furthermore, hindi pwedeng mahinto kami sa SEA Games lang program. Kasi SEA Games is just a part of it. No? And if we expect to deliver in Asian Games, I think we should discuss now para maayos natin lahat yun. If not, then we have to do something about it. Kasi yung mga atleta natin, they cannot stop training eh. And the only way to go is up. No? So we cannot stop, and we have to support them one way or the other. Kung hindi natin masusuportahan yan, they have to tell us so we can find somebody who can help us. Kasi talagang medyo nahihirapan na po talaga kami ngayon.
Another thing na gustong isulong ng PSC under nga kay Chairman Dicky is yung I don't know kung nabigay na yung directive sa mga NSAs na regarding dito sa hiring ng mga foreign coaches. I know sa karate meron tayong foreign coach right now. Gustong ng PSC na i-add sa contract ng mga foreign coaches na hindi lang yung training ng mga elite athletes natin ang gagawin nila. And even sa mga field foreigners natin na gustong ng PSC na idagdag sa kontrata or kung ano man na agreement na yung transfer of technology. So hindi lang ititrain ng foreign coaches yung mga ma-identify natin na elite athletes kundi sa grassroots din, no? So magtuturo rin sa grassroots yung mga foreign coaches, yung mga field foreigners natin. Gusto rin i-require na turuan yung mga referees natin, yung mga officials natin, itong mga i-hire natin foreign coaches para ma-maximize yung people's money nga. Ano yung take mo dito, Sir Richard?
I totally agree on that. Actually, I even told Commissioner Bongko about it, that after the SEA Games, we are planning to bring Coach Levent to different regions to train the grassroots and the coaches. No? So besides the transfer of technology through our national coaches, that's already given because they're with them every day, twice a day. Yun nga, iikot kami sa buong Pilipinas para magbigay ng libreng seminar at training sa mga coaches at players na nasa mga kanya-kanyang probinsya. Kasi, number one, the government already paid for that. So we have to share to everybody. So talagang nasa programa na po namin yan. So
marami yata kasing NSAs na may mga foreign coaches pero limited lang yung work ng foreign coaches kung sa tinitrain nila na elite athlete. So isa sa mga magandang sinusulong ng PSC yung ganong pagbabago na ilagay sa kontrata na talagang kailangan magturo rin sa mga coaches, sa mga grassroots natin na programa.
Prior to the arrival of Coach Levent, we already discussed that with him. And actually, with Coach Okay, it's the same thing. Unfortunately, during the time of Coach Okay, nagkaroon ng pandemic. Kaya hindi namin siya naikot. So right now, we are prioritizing the SEA Games first. And after that, we will go around to teach other regions. And at the same time, not losing the training for the Asian Games. Of course, kailangan din namin i-concentrate yun. No? Kasi ang daming tournament this year Sobrang dami. So after the SEA Games, we have the Asian Championships namin. After the Asian Championships, we have the World Combat Games. Then we have the Anok Beach Games. Tapos we have the IMAG. We have the Asian Games. So ang dami talaga. And ang for your information, no, ang training ng mga athlete namin is every Tuesday to Sunday. Wala kaming break ng Sunday because sinisimulate niya yung competition days to the training days. Kasi ang laro ng karate Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So sabi niya, ba't na magpapahinga ng linggo? Normally naman linggo naglalaro kayo. So lagay na natin yung body clock natin doon para sanay na tayo. Tapos pagkatapos ng tournament, Monday is rest day, di ba? So we take a rest on Mondays. So ganun kami. Kaya rin dami siya hindi maikot ngayon because of that. Kasi pag Sundays, nagte-training sila. But after the SEA Games, since medyo magbababa ng konti ang level ng training, we can have time to bring him around. Then pag lumapit na naman ng tournament, babalik na naman kami sa Sunday training.
What about sa mga training venues, Sir Richard? May mga problema ba yung karate team natin? Na-mention din kasi ni Chairman Dicky na may marami tayong mga facilities na medyo nasira after the 2019 SEA Games. So kailangan i-repair. Maraming dapat ayusin sa mga facilities natin, even yung mga dormitories ng mga atleta natin. Sa karate, meron ba kayong same experience na kailangan din na maaaring gusto nyo iparating sa PSC?
Well, number one, I really appreciate the help that PSC is doing right now. And we are fortunate that we were given a chance to train as early as the end of January because our venue is already there. We were the first one to go to the dormitory in field sports because of the urgency of these Southeast Asian Championships, no? Kaya napagbigyan kami kaagad. Maraming salamat sa Philippine Sports Commission for having that. We're very fortunate that we have a good venue right now, and talagang maayos yung venue namin yan, so wala akong masasabi. So maraming salamat sa Philippine Sports Commission.
Okay, thank you, Sir Richard. One more question, Gab, kay Sakura na bago ko ibalik sa iyo sa mga additional questions mo. Sakura, during the PSA Awards night early this month, isa sa mga pinarangalan si Juna, no, bilang top karate performer natin. So, tanungin ko na rin sa I'm sure medyo nasagot mo in passing sa kay Gab naman. So, you're also hoping na to win that award na gaya nga na panalunan ni Juna na top karate athlete natin.
I think not just me, but all the karatekas in the Philippines can dream for achieving that award, and to be recognized as the top athlete will also be one of the not just for competition wise, but also for what we should achieve as a karateka. I think that award will also highlight the hard work that we have put towards what we want to achieve in our goals.
Okay, thank you, Sakura. Gab, siguro before we wind up, kung may mga additional questions ka sa mga Facebook natin, saka sa Twitter.
Actually, I have right now from my end. Since SEA Games na ang tinutukoy natin, mukhang maaga yung pinasa yung entry by name natin. So, ilan na yung nasa entry na by name na pinasa ninyo dun sa CDM? Shian po.
Sorry Gab, di ko kabisado. I have it in my list but it's not with me right now. Pero I think if I'm not mistaken, we have 12 or 13 players.
That's included yung mga reserves?
Reserves, yes. Kasama na. Sorry,
okay.
I might be mistaken but I think it's about. Wait.
Okay.
Sorry, no. It's 18 pala, kasama yung kata. I was thinking of the committee only. Sorry. Pati pala yung kata.
Okay, so 18 ang lalaok for both karate, for both committee and kata. And ilan yung events natin for the SEA Games? Although nabanggit mo ito in the past interview, ilan yung events natin na may chances tayo na mag-agol?
We have 17 categories, but unfortunately, Cambodia made a rule that we can only send 4 out of the 6 individual committee competitors for the men's, and 4 out of the 6 individual committee, 4 out of 5 in the individual committee for women. So a total of we can only send 13 categories.
Okay, got it po. Are we expect na magiging palaban ang Pilipinas to, sabihin natin, to face a big test pagdating ng SEA Games? Kasi alam natin, maigpit si Cambodia. Tapos, of course, si Vietnam. Napatunayan natin dun sa SEA Cup Championships na pwede ito maging powerhouse country natin. Pero, syempre, hindi pa tayo papatalo ang ating mga Pinoy, syempre.
Well, yes, there's always this threat, but I think we are prepared for that. And the players are also preparing for that together with the coaches. So I think we will face them head on. We are ready.
Okay. And of course, with the help nga ni Coach Lebishir, we will able to see yung mga players natin, yung mga nag-stand out ng SEA Cup na mas magiging malakas at mas posigido pa nating harapin yung mga challenges natin. And of course, para makapagdala sila ng medalya para sa ating bansa?
Of course, Coach Levent was able to scout some players that are not NTP, no? At they were invited to join the training. So that is a good realization. Of course, also for our national team, they are not there on a permanent basis. There's always somebody there waiting below them and hungry to get that position. So they have to step up their training kasi hindi kanila yung position na yan forever. So ngayon, there is always this threat na merong number 2, number 3, number 4 na nag-aantay sa ilalim ko. So kailangan, I'm always at my best. So yun. So yun naman kagandahan ngayon kasi sa NTP, sa training namin ngayon, hindi lang NTP ang nag-training eh. We invited those particular athletes that are outside of the NTP to join the NTP training session. So para ma-enhance na natin yung mga susunod na henerasyon, especially ang ating mga cadet, juniors, and under 21.
Of course, balita ko meron kayong foreign training camp na inihanda at alam ko na aprobahan na ito ng PSC. With this development na magte-training kayo sa Kata sa Japan, sa Turkey naman yun sa komite, mukhang hindi kayo makakasama dun sa darating na send-off party natin sa April 15 sa PICC. Mukhang malabo na ata kayo pupunta dun.
Yes, mukhang kung matutuloy kami, they will be out of the country, no? So unfortunately, the party is of course welcome and we are very grateful for that, but the boys and girls are going to war, so they have to prepare also. So but again, that send-off party is very much appreciated because the morale that will give us, even just hearing it na merong send-off is enough for the athletes to know that they are important. So, maraming salamat doon.
And last question, bago tayo mag-photo op and closing remarks. Of course, by tomorrow, lilipad ka sa Davao to witness itong regional championships ng Karate Pilipinas sa spot yan. Itong araw ng Davao Sports Festival. Kaya I am sure magkikita ulit kayo ng iba pa natin mga Davao sports writers. Sina Paul Palo, John De Velos, at yung bago natin, DSA, si Carlo Dolier. So what do we expect on this one? And we-witness natin ulit yung mga Davaoenyo na karatekas, especially yung dalawang nagbigay ng award dun sa PSA, sina Robert saka si Elena. Sila yung award dati ng Tony Sidayaw Awards.
So we're expecting a lot of competitors as of yesterday. I think there are already 400 plus athletes that will be competing to the event, but the entries are not yet final. I think there are more entering today. Like for example, in Zamboanga, they're sending 51 players. Zamboanga alone, no? So that's a good sign, no? And the CCAF really inspired a lot of players and coaches to be active, no? And we're also cooking up another Mindanao Games this coming after the SEA Games, most probably. If I'm not mistaken, our regional director in BARM, si Revi Sani, is talking to I don't know, Governor Mangudadato ba o Sultan Kudarat. So I think they're hosting. So that's another good sign that karate is moving up, and then going out and reaching out to students in the Mindanao region. So we are very happy for that. So sana matuloy yun.
And of course, ang ating topic natin is CCAP Championships at SEA Games. But of course, we could expect more competitions pa sa ating Philippine Karate Team. Pero hindi na natin pag-uusapan kasi medyo malayo pa. Ipapagitin ko na lang siguro yung Asian Games, IMAG, World Combat Games. And of course, yung ating mga Karate 1 Series A na ilalaban natin dito sa ating national team. Meron pa man nakalimutan pa?
Well, so far yun na yun. For this year talagang it's really almost every month meron kaming pagsasalihan, no? So it's a busy year for everybody. I'm going to be busy as well during the IMAG since I was appointed by President Bambol as the CDM for the IMAG. So medyo puno ang kamay ko talaga. just hoping and praying that everything will be successful for the rest of the year.
Pero meron pa kayong dalawang tournaments ata na iuus natin sa Pilipinas, which is yung Shurado Cup and then Asian Championships. Tama po ba?
The Shurado Cup is already confirmed on June 22 to 25. We will be having a committee seminar and a referee clinic by the AKF Referee Council, and then the committee seminar by Shinohara, the Asian Games gold medalist. So then activities for children up to adults for that Shurado Cup. For the Asian Championships, we are waiting for the final approval. So hopefully this year, if not this year, next year. So they're finalizing the schedule. But as for the hotels and the stadium, we had an ocular inspection already and it was already approved. So it's just the date.
Exciting times ahead para sa ating Karate Pilipinas team. And before we end our discussion, show your smiles para sa ating photo op. Okay? And 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, Jesse. And Sir Ed, ang ating closing remarks para sa ating mga bisita.
Okay, thank you, Gab. So maybe we can request now si Sakura to say her conclusion remarks. Sakura, again, thank you very much for joining us here at Sports on Air Weekly, and good luck to the Southeast Asian Games.
Thank you very much for having us today and for the time for interviewing us. To those who are watching also, thank you for the support that you have given not just Karate Pilipinas, but also to those athletes Filipino athletes who are working hard towards their goals. And to those to the karatekas in the Philippines, always strive for what you want to do. Always have a goal in mind so that you can always be the best version of yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakura. Sir Richard, again, thank you very much for joining us dito sa Sports on Air, and we hope to invite you again sa mga darating mo pang activities, hindi lang dito sa karate kundi pati nga sa IMAG. Again, congratulations dito sa very successful performance ng national team natin sa Southeast Asian Karate Federation Championships.
I would just like to say special thanks to the Karate Pilipinas volunteers who really did a very fantastic job despite the odds. No, I mean, they skip work, they skip school just to be part of this event. And I'm very grateful for that. The Karate Pilipinas community is very grateful for that. Also for the athletes that performed well and did not perform well, as a whole, we are one. We join you in your loss, and we also join you in the winnings. So also, I would like to say special thanks to the Philippine Olympic Committee President, Mayor Bumble Tolentino, for really helping us with these championships. He really did a lot of work for us, so I'm very grateful to you, Sir Mayor. Maraming salamat po. With the MVP Foundation helping us, Pagcor, High Minds, Crystalina Water, who else? Of course, PSC, of course. Andyan lagi sila. Dahil talagang tumulong sila sa amin. Of course, yung mga LO rin namin, they were the ones in charge of the facilitating with the countries, with the country head. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Of course, ang ating mga press na nagsuporta at nagbigay ng balita para sa amin. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you, Sir Richard. So, iimbitahan ka namin ulit before the Southeast Asian Games, and of course, sa mga iba pang mga activities na gagawin ng Karate Pilipinas. Gab?
Oh, by the way, sa darating na March 30 ay ang last day ng I think last episode ng Women's Month, or one of the 2 episodes for the Women's Month. At sikapin natin na maimbitahan natin sa episode na yun ang ating mga female sporting champions. Kaya pakaabangan po natin yan. And even yung mga nag-attend nga pala doon sa PSC Media Relations Training kasi andun si Sir Lito Cinco doon sa meeting na yon. Again, thank you so much Shian, Ricky and Ms. Sakura for joining us this afternoon. At salamat din Shian, Ricky sa tiwala dahil of course ang Sports Corner PH ay tumulong na rin din sa pag-cover through our photographer Francis Lumahan. At sigurado na ito doon sa
mga pictures niya
natin sa inyo.
Ang ganda ng mga pictures niya. Wala akong masabi. Maraming salamat, Francis.
At salamat po, Francis. Shout out pala sa inyo sa, of course, sa pagtulong sa amin sa aming Facebook page sa Sports Corner PH. So, imbitahan ko namin po ang ating mga viewers na makipollow, subscribe, and share sa Sports Corner PH, pati na rin sa Sports on Air sa Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, at Twitter. Once again, I'm Gab Pera sitting in as our moderator for this morning. Lunch na po tayo. Siyempre, gutom na tayo. At of course, ng ating tanghalian natin sama ang buong pamilya natin. And of course, together with Sir Ed, niiwan namin sa inyo ang paalala na mag-ingat po tayo ng pandemic at pagpalain po tayo ng Panginoon dahil of course, Lenten season na po. Maraming salamat po at mag-ingat po tayo lahat. Bye-bye po. Thank you.
Thank you.